With Inertia being added to Tarkov, it has caught many players off guard. Whether you like it in Tarkov or hate it, it is now a part of Tarkov. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the tips we use to move through Tarkov with this new mechanic. Hi, I'm Fleawall with Solaris Gaming. Before going any further, I would like to mention that we are so close to our first major milestone on the channel, that being 1,000 subscribers. If you've been watching the videos and enjoying them, it would be greatly appreciated if you'd subscribe to the channel to see more content from myself and Solaris. With update 12.12, managing your stamina has never been more important in Tarkov. Almost any action your character does can cost you stamina, whether it be running, jumping, walking while overweight, crouching or standing up, falling and landing, and even being shot can drain your stamina bar. It's important to keep in mind that in Escape from Tarkov, a fight can happen anywhere and everywhere. So keeping stamina at a high level is a must. Managing actions you take can be the deciding factor in a fight for your survival. To manage this effectively, try to avoid unnecessary jumping, crouching, and sprinting where possible. While jumping, not only do you take an initial stamina drain, you lose almost all forward momentum and do not regain stamina for a short period of time even after landing. Unnecessary crouching can be a drain to stamina that players almost never take into account. This really comes into play mostly when you're overweight, to the point where when you're walking you gain no stamina. When walking overweight and coming to a stop to rest, never crouch unless it's absolutely necessary for cover or concealment. The reason for this is because when you stand to walk again, you shoot yourself in the foot with a huge stamina drain. Sprinting is a little bit trickier to avoid when running over long open stretches or from cover to cover, or even trying to get to locations before other players. However, I have caught many, and I mean many, players out because of unnecessary sprinting. Some of the main spots I see this happening at are in the wooded areas between the dorms buildings, where people are sprinting through there even though they haven't had an engagement or heard anything. Other examples of this are sprinting through woods in the map in general, or underneath interchange, not looting anything, just trying to get to extract. Walking from location to location using cover and concealment as you move is way more important. Not only does this save your stamina, it lowers your visibility to other players as well as your noise to other players and is less likely to get you caught out. The best way to negate the effects that we just mentioned is not only to level your strength but your endurance as well. We will go in more depth on how to level these skills and other skills in a future video, but for now, the more you level your strength, the more weight you can carry, and the more you level your endurance affects how much stamina each action takes. In my personal experience, even getting to just level 10 strength has created major differences in the way inertia affects the player. At high levels of strength, only major effects are noticed while overweight. The next thing to talk about are changes on how you clear areas. Significant changes to clearing have been made because of inertia. You can no longer simply walk and slightly peek to clear one way and then turn around and clear the other, the way it has been previously done throughout the history of Escape from Tarkov. The first thing to understand is that the AD strafe is no longer a viable option for clearing hallways or even doorways, due to the way inertia causes you to finish your current step and then continue in the direction that you've changed to. The classic way to clearing something is using what many people call slicing the pie. This is taking every single angle and exposing yourself slowly to clear a room. Slicing the pie is significantly stronger now as it requires less movement and a slower, more methodical way of clearing rather than fast peeking to gain information and then going back to cover. In combat, inertia has also created major changes in how you interact with other players in a fight. The 80 strafe was used widely in gunfights previously. Holding angles is significantly stronger as you generally shoot the other person before they can return to cover quickly. Instead of using the old AD strafe method to peek someone, sometimes it's even better to just commit to your peek and try to move across as you shoot to more cover. When doing this, start a little further back so you build momentum and you're moving across faster than if you just came right from the corner. Due to AD strafing no longer being a viable option most of the time, holding an angle is way more advantageous, as long as the enemy doesn't know exactly where you're at. Another thing to address now that we've talked about holding angles is that a right side peek is significantly stronger than a left side peek. as much less of your body is exposed when peeking from the right. Because of this, try to peek from the right as much as possible. Not only does right side peeking expose less of your body, it also prevents clearance issues with your gun in a doorway, against a wall, or a door frame in order to peek someone. This gives you less options to get shot from, while still giving you significant options of where you can shoot. A few other things that need to be addressed with Inertia are that it now takes a little bit more time to get to full speed when sprinting, and also time to slow down from a full sprint. This affects you after a jump, when overweight at a certain point, and also when going from crouch to stand in many cases. Many people have described Inertia as like driving a boat, or that their PMC had too much vodka last night. To explain this concept, you basically need to put inputs in before you actually expect your character to do them, the same way you would do in real life. The problem with this is, in Tarkov, we haven't been conditioned to this rule set the same way we have with our everyday lives. When running, you don't think about, I need to let go early to stop at a certain point. You just do it. The same way when braking at a red light, you have to start braking before you get to the red light to stop where you want to stop. Hopefully for players struggling to adjust to Inertia, this will give you more opportunities to come out on top in fights and set yourself up for success in Tarkov. If you felt like this video was helpful or might help other players in their time in Tarkov, it would be greatly appreciated if you would like the video and comment down below what you like or don't like about Inertia. I personally think that Inertia is a huge benefit to the game. Inertia puts Tarkov closer to the goal of what BSG wants the game to be. Although this is a major adjustment for most players, Tarkov is intended to be a tactical military simulator, and sprinting around, jumping, and quickly peeking for info are just not how military companies would approach a dangerous situation. If you've been keeping up with the channel but you have not yet subscribed, it would help us out a ton here on the channel, as 90% of our audience is not yet subscribed. It would greatly help the channel to grow, and we would be able to put more time into the videos and to make them at a higher quality. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.